Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pampering Myself podcast. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that's all about getting real, being your authentic self. Now, we all know how easy it is to get caught up in trying to fit in or meet everyone else's expectations. But there's something so powerful about just being who you really are. In this episode, we'll explore what it means to be authentic, why it's tough sometimes, and how embracing your true self can actually make your life a whole lot better. So let's get into it and start celebrating the real you. I like to share a quote by Janet Louise Stevenson that speaks truth. Authenticity requires vulnerability, transparency, and integrity. Now, those are truly characteristics we want to have and that we expect of others. Here's a story I'd like to share with you, which led me on a journey of being authentic. I joined Toastmasters International many years ago, maybe about 20 years ago. In case you don't know, Toastmasters is a international nonprofit educational organization that builds confidence and teaches public speaking skills through a network of local and online clubs. And as I was beginning my journey, my mentor suggested that I share personal stories because they were the easiest to remember. Part of my problem in the beginning was not only memorizing my speech, but delivering it within the required time frame, because I would always come up short. If the presentation was supposed to be 5 to 7 minutes, I would do maybe 4.5. And I did this for probably my first 3 or 4 speeches. But there were 2 challenges. Other than that, it worked out. So somewhere around speech number 7 or 8, I thought to myself, after sharing all this personal information, these people must think I'm a little off. Because I was telling the good, the bad, and the ugly to folks who would have never known otherwise. But here's the kicker. I enjoyed it. And not only did I enjoy it, my audience enjoyed it as well. The response I got from sharing some of my most authentic, heartfelt, and revealing stories were overwhelming and provided me with a sense of relief in a positive way. So it was a no-brainer when I joined the Detroit Association of Black Storytellers that I would identify myself as an authentic storyteller. Not just a motivational storyteller, but authentic, being me, vulnerable, transparent, and sharing my truth, because you never know how your story will impact someone else. And truth be told, how it can change you as an individual as well. Because in some of those memories and the stories that I shared throughout Toastmasters and as a member of the Detroit Association of Black Storytelling, I found healing and forgiveness. Now, it's not easy as it sounds. Being authentic has its challenges and reasons why some of us shy away from it or deny. We tell ourselves it's nobody's business. What they don't know what hurt won't hurt them. So we hide behind the truth or sugarcoat it. We make up things that make us look good, but inside we know the truth. But here's a secret. In some cases, the only person you're fooling is yourself. Now, here's a few reasons, according to my research, that we avoid being authentic. the pressure to conform. You know, society put certain expectations on us. We often feel the need to fit in to those societal norms, whether it's about career choices, lifestyle, or even our appearance. The pressure to conform can make it difficult to embrace our true selves. How about those cultural influences? Different cultures have different expectations, and sometimes these can clash with our personal desires or values, making it a challenge to be authentic. Now, I won't call out any names, but there's this lady who runs a very successful business. And if you saw her, your first impression might be, she dressed a little strange, a little weird. Weird is my word. It may not be hers because how she dressed works for her. And she may even tell you that she dresses strange. Flashy clothes, wild colors, things that you or I might not be caught in. But everything isn't for everybody. And I applaud her for her unique look. I applaud her for her confidence to be boldly who she wants to be. She clearly isn't bothered by societal or cultural expectations, and she shouldn't be. She is clearly an example of someone living their truth unapologetically. Then another reason why we can't be our authentic self is because of fear of judgment, worrying about what others think of us. Many people hold back their true selves out of fear of being judged, criticized, misunderstood by others. This can be especially tough in today's social media-driven world where we constantly seek validation, knowing or unknowingly. Like I was initially how I felt when I was in Toastmasters. Then there's the risk of rejection. Being authentic can sometimes mean going against the grain, which might lead to feeling of isolation or rejection by friends, family, or peers. And what about self-doubt, questioning your worth? Doubts about whether your true self is good enough. That can hold you back from being authentic. This often stems from past experiences or negative talk. And that's negative self-talk. I used to be an expert in self-doubt, something I'm still working on. And then the habit, a good one, habit of people-pleasing, the desire to keep peace. Many people have a habit of people-pleasing, putting others' needs or desires ahead of their own just to avoid conflict. This can lead to suppressing their authentic selves. The fear of disappointing others, worrying about letting others down because you want to help them instead of helping yourself. Expectations are higher on you. Then, of course, there's that lack of self-awareness, not knowing who you are. Sometimes people struggle with authenticity simply because they haven't taken the time to explore their own values, desires, and beliefs. Without self-awareness, it's hard to know what being authentic even looks like. Now, please note, these barriers are common, but they can be overcome. Living authentically can only enrich your emotional and relational life, but also has tangible benefits for your physical health. And since we're all about pampering ourselves, let's look at some of the benefits. Because when we think about being authentic, it's more to it than just being authentic in yourself and all the things that I just said. There are health benefits to it. Health benefits that can help us. And if we don't consider the health benefits, being or lack of being authentic can be harmful. So we're going to talk about some of these benefits and how they can help us. It can help by improving mental health, reducing stress and anxiety. When you're constantly pretending to be someone you're not, it creates a lot of internal stress. Being authentic allows you to let go of this tension, leading to lower levels of anxiety and a more relaxed state of mind. Better emotional well-being. Embracing your true self can lead to greater emotional stability. You're more in tune with your feelings, which help you process emotions in a healthier way. And this reduces the likelihood of mood swings and helps maintain a positive outlook. And then there are benefits to enhance physical health. Chronic stress from living inauthentically can take a toll on your body, leading to issues like high blood pressure, heart disease, and digestive problems. Being true to yourself reduces this stress, lowering the risk of these health problems. There's evidence that psychologists stress can weaken the immune system. By reducing stress and living authentically, you may help your body stay more resilient against illness. And that study's been done over and over again, that stress can cause all kinds of medical conditions, and it can exacerbate whatever you have. Being authentic can help reduce it by not trying to, as I mentioned earlier, it's being somebody that you're not. When we try to be someone else, there's a quote that somebody, I wish I had got that said something like, nobody can be me better than I can. I'll have to find it. I don't have it now, my apology. It can also help build stronger relationships. When you're authentic, you attract people who appreciate you for who you truly are, leading to more meaningful and fulfilling relationships. Now, these connections are based on mutual respect and genuine understanding. Better communication, being yourself, encourage open and honest communication. This reduces misunderstandings and conflicts in your relationship. The research shows that it also increases self-confidence and self-esteem, feeling empowered. When we live authentically, you build confidence in your decisions and actions because they align with your true values. This sense of empowerment boosts your self-esteem and overall mental health. Authenticity helps you embrace your imperfections and unique qualities. Instead of constantly striving for unrealistic ideas, you accept and you love yourself as you are, which leads to greater happiness and inner peace. That can be a part of what some people go through when they fall in depressions or whatever it is that they battle within themselves because they don't have that confidence or self-esteem or know who they are. And a lot of times when we dig into to find out who we are and what we're about, then we figure all this out. Some people can do it and some can't. It's also stated that it can enhance creativity and fulfillment, the freedom to explore. When you're true to yourself, you feel freer to pursue your passions and interests without fear of judgment. Now, this can lead to greater creativity and personal fulfillment, contributing to your overall well-being. Because we feel a sense of purpose. Living authentically helps you align your life with your core values and passions, giving you a stronger sense of purpose. And this sense of purpose is linked to a greater life satisfaction and has even been found to have a connection with longevity. It's so true. If you can think in terms of one feeling uplifted, upbeat, in control. And don't get me wrong, we all go through stages where we aren't feeling our best. We don't feel like we've accomplished what we set out to. And all of those things can bother any or everyone at any time. It's getting yourself back up, pulling yourself by your bootstraps. That's what's important. So, are you interested in learning more about how to be more authentic? If you've been following this podcast series, you might recognize a running theme. The resolve is the same nearly for every issue. So here are a few practical and actionable tips that you can apply immediately. I found it fascinating because it reminds me of the first thing that a doctor want to tell you when you have a complaint. He want to give you the answer that you already know is the answer, and you think, could you tell me something else? If I'm not losing any weight, you want to tell me to stop eating so much and to exercise. Well, those two might be some things that you might need to do. So here are some things that have been repetitive throughout this series of podcasts that has worked for many ailments and things that we are probably either doing not enough of, or have intentions of doing, or just might be need to be reminded to do it. So we're going to start with self-reflections and journaling. I'm guilty. You see, a journal to me is private. And back in the day when I was a young kid, I had a problem with doing it then. I'm an adult now. I still have a problem doing it. So journaling, I might start off, but I'm not going to continue. And so that's not me. But for people and those who have done it, Oprah Winfrey has years and years worth of journals. Some of the other celebrities and entertainers have talked about written journals that have helped them over the years. They go back and look at them. And so it works for them. Does not work for me. Maybe it'll work for you, and maybe it won't. But do daily check-ins. Start with a simple daily practice of asking yourself, how do I really feel today? Or what do I truly want? Jotting down your thoughts that can help you be more aware of your true feelings and desires. It's suggested that you take some time to list your core values, what truly matters to you in life. Now, this exercise can help you align your actions with your beliefs, making it easier to live authentically. Oh, yes, this next one we talked about a lot. I did a whole podcast on setting boundaries. Practice saying no. It's okay to say no to things that don't align with your value or that you simply don't want to do. Start with small things like declining a social invitation if you're tired or not really interested, and notice how it feels to honor your own needs. Communicate clearly. When setting boundaries, be clear, but be kind. For example, you might say, I can't take on this extra task because I need to focus on my current projects. This kind of communication respects both your time and the other person's. And I've had to verbalize that myself by setting boundaries continuously, because what is important to you is important to you and not necessarily to someone else. If you don't value your time and what you do, then you should not expect them to. Because if they can sway you over to do what they need you to do to benefit them, they will. Surround yourself with supportive people. Evaluate your circle. Spend some time with people who accept you for who you are and encourage you to be yourself. If there's people in your life who constantly pressure you to be someone you're not, consider limiting your interactions with them. And then seek out like-minded communities, whether online or in person, finding groups or communities that share the same interests and values and make it easier to express your true self without fear or judgment. And it does make it easier because you have the same interests in common. And even though you may have the same interests in common, which is what I'm experiencing now, we're going in different directions. So when I was in this group, another short story, I was in this group, crafting group, and the lady was very harsh about people not doing the assignments. But the type of assignment she was given was focusing on the type of crafting she wanted to do, not me. I was going in a different direction. So those were assignments that I was not going to waste my time doing. They didn't benefit me. That was where I had to set my boundaries. Another way of helping you to embrace your authentic self is to share your thoughts and feelings. Practice being honest about your feelings, even when it's uncomfortable. Start small, maybe with a trusted friend or family member, and gradually build your comfort with being open. And then accept imperfection. Understand that being authentic doesn't mean being perfect. It's okay to show your flaws and admit when you're unsure or when you made a mistake. This vulnerability can deepen your connections with others and strengthen your self-acceptance. This is another one that we have done repetitively. Mindfulness and meditation. Practice being present, because mindfulness helps you stay connected to your true self by bringing your attention to the present moment. Try a few minutes each day, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to your surroundings, and recognize and let go of negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are all around us. We're in the election season, as we're all well aware of, and there's so much coming at us from everywhere. Negative things, one way or another, one party or another. It doesn't matter what you believe. The other person believes something different. And so it can cause a lot of conflict and a lot of stress up and down. People really take these things seriously. The process itself is serious. The attitudes, we probably can do without. But everyone is entitled to their own beliefs. So you have to be respectful, and you just think what you think and believe what you believe, and it's not necessary to duke it out. Start small and build confidence. Take small, authentic actions. Begin with little things like wearing clothes that make you feel good, even if they're not trendy, or voicing a preference in a group setting. These small actions of authenticity can build your confidence over time. And then celebrate your wins. Acknowledge when you've made authentic choices, no matter how small. Reflect on how good it feels to be true to yourself, and use your feelings as motivation to continue. Now that we know what authentic looks like, let's be clear on what it is not. Refusing to change or grow. Authenticity doesn't mean staying stuck in one way of being. It's not about stubbornly clinging to old habits or ideas. Rather, it's about evolving while staying true to your values and identity. It's not about being selfish or inconsiderate. Living authentically isn't an excuse to disregard others' feelings or needs. It's not about being self-centered, but finding a balance between honoring yourself and respecting those around you. It is not a fixed identity. Your authentic self isn't a static, unchanging persona. It evolves with your experiences, insights, and growth. Authenticity is about embracing who you are in the present moment while being open to change and personal development. As we close out this episode, I want to remind you that being your authentic self is one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself and to the world. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. Take small steps, trust in who you are, and remember that authenticity isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. Thanks for spending this time with me, and I hope you're feeling inspired to live a little bit more authentically every day. Until next time, stay true to you. And as always, don't forget to pamper yourself.